welcome to Dabbling in Journals. Today I'm working in my B6 Stalogy, which I keep in this beautiful apple pig leather journal, and I want to set up the sort of first page for May. I do like to tab my months and just do a little decorative page. So let me move to where I need to be. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is add a little bit of vellum, and in this journal I've been using Tim Holt's The Wallflower Vellum collection, and I found this little piece which looks perfect. I can't find my corner rounder, which is a bit sad, so I'm just going to round my corners with scissors. I'm sure that'll be fine because you don't want any sharp edges. And then all I'm going to do is washi tape that into my journal. So I've just got this grid washi tape, which is kind of like really pretty gold coloured grid, and I can never find the end of washi tape. Finally found the end. I was beginning to think that this washi tape didn't have an end. So I'm just going to cut a piece that's the same size as my vellum. And I have, this serves no function, it's just purely decorative, and I like it. I like the crinkle. Who doesn't like the crinkle? So I want to stick that right in to my notebook. Where does it need to go? Oh, sticking down. I'm struggling here. It's funny how things that you normally do easily, once you've got a camera on you, it feels much more tricky. So I've put a piece there, and I'm going to put a piece of washi on the inside as well. I'm getting in a right sticky middle just to hold it a little bit more securely. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I do like to watercolour. As you know, if you've seen any of my previous videos, I do like to do a little bit of watercolour around the edge, and today I've chosen this Caran d'Ache Neocolour Aquarelle crayon. So all I need to do is very roughly crayon around the edge of my journal. Okay, and once I've got the crayon down, I'm just going to take a paintbrush and some water. Don't want that one, I want my flat one. There we go, and just wet it, and it melts. And it melts. These crayons melt so easily. And down this side, you see how that colour just melts. I don't think my brush was as wet at the top. That's better. And down the bottom. And obviously that's made my paper wet, so I am going to dry it with a heat gun. Just got a craft heat gun. So my paper's now dry, and I've got that lovely crinkly, oh, it wasn't quite dry. I've got that lovely crinkly edge that I really enjoy, and a little splash of colour. Now what I wanted to do today, my theme for my May month is going to be dandelions. And the reason for that is I noticed at the beginning of May that the dandelions were coming into flower. That's of interest to me because my son has a tortoise, and the tortoise, whose name is Tobias, really loves dandelions. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, however, I've got this stamp. I think these are really cool. They look like stitches, but they're not. Obviously they're a stamp, and I have some Versamagic gingerbread ink. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. I'm aware that I'm probably going out of view. Don't have much space when you're trying to stay in shot, and I'm going to just stamp down the bottom. And you see how it looks like stitches? I think it's so cool. I don't know why I think it's cool, but I do. Just going to stamp it again. We can go here. And we need a bit more, don't we? Here, and that definitely looks like it's my sewing because it would be very crooked like that if I was sewing. And I'm going to put one at the top. So now it looks like I've stitched around my page, but I haven't. And I use the Versa Magic ink because the chalk ink doesn't bleed through Stalogy paper, which is a good thing to know, because it's a sad thing if your ink bleeds. Now the next little stamp I wanted to put on here is a dandelion stamp, which I happen to have in my stash, so that was handy. And I'm just going to ink up the top in yellow. This is Versa Magic Mango, and the stem, I'll put a bit of brown on the stem. I'd forgotten to stick my stamper to my pad. Now I've done it in the wrong place, look. I need it that end, don't I? But it's all covered in ink now. Ugh. I'm going to get inky as always because I'm so stupid. Just putting a bit more ink on because I had to move it and the ink went all over my fingers. There we go. So you see I need it this end in order to get into that corner, which is where I want it. So there's my little dandelion. And in this little set, it comes with this teeny tiny stamp, which I think is the little, you know, the little dandelion seeds, but it's so small, not quite sure which way around it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of the little seeds coming out of the dandelion. Okay, that looks pretty. And then the final little stamp that's in that set is one which says wish. So I think I'm going to do that in my brown. Yeah, that says wish. Let's put that down here. Oh, cool. And then my last stamp that I'm using today is a little fairy. And I'm going to do that one in brown as well. It's going to look like a bumblebee, this page, isn't it? I'm going to have my little fairy. Oh, where do I want to put her? Should I put her there? I wonder if that... Oh, and actually I do have one more piece of stamping I want to do, and that is my month. I use these letter stamps by Tim Holtz. Okay, so I'm just inking up my little letter. Make sure I've got it the right way round. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? And stamp. That's my M. I really wish I could hand letter, but my hand lettering's terrible. So I use a stamp. That's slightly crooked, but I'm going for a distressed look. One advantage of liking a distressed look is that you can be messy, and it looks like it was intentional. Okay, so that's my May page. I've put my stamps out of the way. I'm planning to do a little doodle on this page in a minute, but first I would like to put my tab on. So I used the blue ones. These are from Traveller's Company, and they come in their sticker pack that you can buy each year. I think this is quite an old one, I'm not sure. Don't think I bought one this year. Finally got my sticker off, and I'm just going to see where I hardly did any journaling in April, so I want May to be back down here somewhere. Didn't have a good month in April. And then you just fold it over. I'm so ham-fisted. And you've got your little tab, and I just means you can flip to a month if you want to. Very handy if you're using it as a planner, but this is a journal for me. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of decoration. Where should I put? A little bit here and a little bit here, I think. So I've got these tickets, and these are the Lin Ning tickets. I really like these, and I think I don't want one that's too big because I want to do a doodle. So let's go for, is that the smallest? Oh no, there's a really tiny one. That's good. So I'm going to put that little sticker on, and they are gummed, but I always glue them. And I do have a cup of water right next to me. I could have tried it. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the corner. I love these little tickets, I don't know why. But you love what you love, and you get tons of them in the little box, and the little box is really pretty, so I can use that to decorate my desk. And now I'm taking my sticker file and I'm going to look for some stickers, and I think I have some, if I can find them, yeah, circle ones. So I'm thinking that a circle sticker would look nice, trying to stick with my colour theme. Oh yeah, I like that. And maybe one of these smaller ones. And what's that got on it? It's got some little silver foiling on it. Now do I need something up here? I'm going to do my doodle here. Let's have a look through my sticker file and see whether we see anything that would be nice. I've got loads of these to use up where they've just got like one or two on. Oh, they're quite nice. I used these honey stickers recently for a journaling spread, and I thought then how pretty they were. So let's use one of those. You've got little busy bees on. I'm going to go with that one. Stick that one there. Yeah, I like how that looks. I think that's enough because I've got a drawing that I want to do, or a doodle really, because I want to just do a face that's blowing the wish from the dandelion. So wish me luck, doodling under pressure on camera. So all I've got here is a mechanical pencil and a little Mono Zero eraser in case I need it, and a pencil blending stump. And I just want my face sort of looking, do I want it to look at the fairy or the dandelion? I don't think it really matters. So when you're doing a sort of profile, I always start with doing like the eye, which is a little triangle, little colour bit, and then you've got a crease over the eye, and you've got an eyebrow. And then once I've done the eye, I sort of work out where I want to start the head. So not too far away from the eyebrow. Then it comes in towards the eye and then out again for the nose. And then the nose needs to come. Does that look like a big nose? I hope not. The nose curves down like this. Then obviously you need a nostril and that little curvy bit. She's got a big nose, hasn't she? Poor girl. And then I want some lips, and I'm just going to do her mouth very slightly open because she's blowing the dandelion even though she's not pointing in quite the right direction. Come in from the lip, get my chin sort of in line with my forehead a little bit, come round, round for the jaw, and then she's going to have a neck. And then her ear is going to go sort of in line with her jaw, and the top of the ear sort of in line with the eye, and the bottom of the ear in line with the nose. Who thinks I've given her a nose that's too big? I do. Will it matter? Should make it a bit smaller. Don't know if that helps. Has that made it smaller? A little bit. Okay, so I've got an ear which looks a bit small, so I'm just going to add a bit because that can be like the top of the ear, can't it? And then you have that little triangle going into your ear, and back of her neck. Then let's just do some hair, and you want the head's going to hit my month. I think I'll have to give her a ponytail to get her hair out of the way. Nice flyaway bit of hair there, And then we need to put in the lines towards, let's say we're going to have a ponytail that's going to go here, flying up in the air. That's a funny ponytail. Who enjoys doodling? I do. There we go. Let's give her some hair. And then she'll have some hair coming from around her ears, won't she? Oh. And then some hair coming from here. And some hair coming around here. So when I do hair, I just do it in little sections. And I put little lines at each end of the section, because you don't want too much detail. Okay, so her hair's going behind the month, that's fine. I'm not entirely happy with her. She looks a bit weird, but it's fine. She looks happy. So I'm just going to take my blending stump, and I just like, these are just like paper, they're really cheap, paper blending stumps. And you can just smudge your pencil with them. So I can just add a little bit of sort of shading into the face, give her some lips. I think she'll look better when she's got some lips, poor girl. And this hair is too far back, isn't it? Is it? Let's give her some more. It looks like there isn't enough hair there. Okay, that's better. And she's got a very skinny neck. Let's make her neck a little bit bigger. Yay, okay. Round her chin. And you want a little bit of shading there. A little bit on her neck. Just gonna smudge my pencil. When you smudge your pencil, it doesn't look quite so scruffy. Not quite. Let's give her a bit of shading here. I think her hair should come. What do you think? Maybe from here? That's better, I think. A bit more of a believable shape. Around her ear. And should have a cheek. Okay. I'm quite happy with that little doodle. I'm going to just take some, I think I'll just take some colour pencils, because I haven't remembered to get my watercolours sorted. What have we got here? I've got a pink one and a flesh pink, perfect. So I'm just going to put a bit of colour on her. It's not very dark, is it? That's fine. Let's just scribble on some colour. I'm not doing a masterpiece here, this is a doodle. Okay, and I'm going to give her a little bit eyelashes. And give her a little blue eye. I don't know if that is even showing. Maybe I should have used watercolour, I usually do. But I've got my pencils out because I'm in the middle of a colour pencil drawing at the moment. Just giving her a bit of a blush. Some pink lips. And I think I want her skin just a little bit more colour on it. Well, that's better. I'll just go around the edges, I think, with this darker one. There. And for her hair, what shall we do? I want to match the dandelion. So let's just give her a bit of orange hair. I do find it fun, as you can probably tell, doing little doodles in my journal. So there we are, we've got some orange hair, because people often have orange hair, don't they? not. And see, I'm not being really careful, but I think it just still looks quite nice. Okay, so I've done my little doodle, and she's pointing down there instead of there. So I'm going to add one more dandelion so that it doesn't look quite so crazy. So I'm putting some, I've got my little dandelion stamp again, and I'm inking it up. And where do I need to put that so it looks like she's blowing it? There we go. And where were they? How am I going to find those little tiny ones on my desk now? Well, there's one. Well, that's the one I think that says wish. There was another teeny tiny one. No, I can't find my little teeny tiny one. It's disappeared off the face of the planet. So I will doodle in my little bits of dandelion wishes, which I could have done in the first place anyway, couldn't I? I used to buy stamps for crafting, but it got too expensive because you always want new ones, don't you? Want to do something different, don't want to use the same stamp over and over. And that's why I started trying to sort of learn to doodle and draw and such like, so that I could just do that rather than keep buying loads and loads of stamps. Should we give her a little bit of brown in her hair? Obviously this isn't a very natural coloured hair, but I just think that might just tone her in with the colour theme of the page. Okay, so there, I finished my May page, and so now I can do my May journaling following here. So I've put my piece of vellum, I've stamped, I've watercoloured the edges and stuck some stickers and done a doodle, and I really enjoyed myself. And if you've been watching, thank you so much for watching. Bye!